Attracting someone isn't about looks, wealth, or intelligence. It's about mastering yourself. This isn't a superficial self-help tip. It's rooted in Stoicism and can transform how you approach relationships. Here's the truth. Many people get this wrong. Forget the myths about gifts or appearances. These might grab attention briefly, but they don't hold it. Emotional strength, being calm, centered, and steady, is what truly draws others in. Without it, no tricks or forced confidence will work. Often those tactics backfire, making you seem desperate or insincere. Have you ever felt invisible or rejected? It's not because you lack charm, but because of a missing inner strength. People are naturally drawn to those who exude self-retrieval, not over others, but themselves. Your reactions, resilience, and emotional stability speak volumes. If instability shows, people walk away. The good news? This can change. With Stoic principles, you can cultivate a presence that attracts naturally. This isn't about manipulation. It's about becoming the person who doesn't need to try too hard. Stoicism starts with focusing on what you can control. In relationships, this means mastering your mind. Stop worrying about others' opinions and focus inward. Are you acting with integrity, patience, and resilience? Staying composed when things don't go your way signals you're grounded and worth emotional investment. Mastering emotions is equally crucial. This isn't about suppression, but understanding and choosing how to respond. When faced with rejection, do you crumble, lash out, or grow stronger? Your response shows character, and people notice. Being present is another core principle. Many fail in relationships because they overthink or dwell on the past. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on the now. Being fully engaged shows value for the person in front of you, and that genuine connection is rare. Building self-mastery takes effort, but is simple. Practice calmness in everyday challenges. When someone cuts you off in traffic or plans fall through, adapt without frustration. These moments train your emotional resilience, which benefits your relationships. Ultimately, this isn't about impressing others. It's about becoming your best self for your own growth. When you do, others are naturally drawn to your quiet confidence and inner strength. The secret to connection starts with you. By mastering your mind, emotions, and presence, you create a life of fulfillment, not just in relationships, but in everything you do. Most men have been misled about what truly attracts women. Society says to chase them, give gifts, or act like someone you're not. Then you wonder why she loses interest or disappears. Simpler, you're doing it wrong. The harder you try to impress her, the more you lose yourself, and she can feel it. Women sense insecurity and desperation. True attraction begins when you stop chasing and focus on mastering yourself. When did you last feel fully in control of your emotions, thoughts, and actions? Most men react to everything, her moods, words, and tests. This isn't attractive, but it can change. The secret is mastering your inner world. In Stoicism offers a path. This philosophy teaches control over what you can influence and detachment from what you can't. A calm, composed man exudes strength and confidence, drawing attention naturally. Women are drawn to gifts or compliments. They're drawn to authenticity. A man who knows his worth doesn't need to chase. Real attraction is about embodying strength and self-assurance. Start with self-awareness. Recognize what triggers insecurity. Practice discipline. When emotions rise, pause and ask, is this within my control? If not, let it go. Growth happens through discomfort. Improve yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Build resilience and self-mastery. This is naturally attractive. Stop seeking validation. Your worth isn't tied to anyone's approval. Pursue goals that fulfill you. Inner contentment and confidence are irresistible. Attraction isn't about tricks. It's earned through self-mastery. When you embody purpose and confidence, you don't need to chase. She will notice. Stoicism frees you from insecurity and neediness. This freedom is deeply attractive. Be your best self and let that speak for itself. The power of emotional control. What does an ancient philosophy like Stoicism have to do with dating? At first glance, not much, but mastering your emotions and staying grounded can transform how you approach relationships. Stoicism isn't about suppressing feelings or acting emotionless. It's about understanding and controlling your emotional responses, a skill that's invaluable in the modern world. Picture yourself on a date, not nervously fumbling for words or trying to impress with antics. Instead, you're calm and present. While others seek attention with flashy gestures or over-the-top jokes, you exude a quiet confidence. It's not arrogance, it's self-assurance. This presence is magnetic and speaks volumes about who you are. Here's a truth few discuss. Women don't want to be chased. They want to feel drawn in. Chasing signals a lack of self-restraint. When you stop chasing and trying to prove your worth, something shifts. You become intriguing. You stand out not as the man seeking approval, but as someone who knows his value. Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from within. This isn't about tricks or manipulation, but self-awareness and discipline. When you embody these principles, others are drawn to you, not for what you do, but for who you are. This authenticity is rare and powerful. Imagine a room full of people nervously competing for attention. While they scramble, you remain calm and composed. That contrast sets you apart. It's not about forcing connections, but about showing up as your best, authentic self. Mastering Stoicism isn't complicated. Focus on what you can control. Let go of what you can't. Stay present and avoid impulsive reactions. These simple practices ripple through every area of life: dating, relationships, work, and beyond. When you cultivate self-retreat and emotional mastery, insecurity and overthinking fade. You're no longer strategizing your every move, but fully engaged in the moment. This presence builds trust and creates a sense of stability that's deeply attractive. The beauty of Stoicism is its simplicity. It's not about adding more to your life, but uncovering the confidence already within you. This isn't just about dating. It's about transforming how you see yourself and the world. Relationships, work, and your own perspective improve. If you're ready to embrace Stoicism, start now. It's not about changing who you are, but becoming the best version of yourself. That's the essence of Stoicism, and when you master it, everything else falls into place. Words that will make her happy. Now that you understand the core principles of Stoicism, let's dive into one of the most misunderstood aspects of human attraction. A lot of men think they need clever lines or witty comebacks to get a woman's attention. But here's the truth. That approach is dead wrong. It's not about being the funniest guy in the room or delivering the right time in a way that resonates on a deeper level. Let me explain. Women hear compliments all the time. "You're beautiful," or "You're so hot," are phrases thrown around so often they barely register. It's a constant, and it's lost its impact. But here's the secret. Women rarely hear genuine compliments, compliments that aren't just about how they look, but about who they are. Step 1. Start using her name in conversation. It might sound simple, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful tools you have. When you say her name, it triggers something deep in her mind. It makes her feel recognized, unique, and important. But don't overdo it. If you sprinkle her name into every sentence, it will feel forced and awkward. Use it strategically, especially when offering a genuine compliment. That's when it will have the most impact, making her feel like she's the only one in the room. Step 2, compliment her in ways that no one else does. Most guys default to compliments about appearance because they're easy, but if you want to stand out, compliment her on her mind, her intelligence, her character. If she tells you about something she's passionate about, don't just nod along. Show her you're actually listening. For example, say something like, "I love how passionate you are about this. It's rare to meet someone who thinks so deeply." This kind of compliment doesn't just flatter. It makes her feel truly seen. And that's what she's craving. Women want to feel special. Not in the shallow, superficial way, but in a deeper sense. They want to know that you recognize them for who they are beyond the surface. Step 3, practice gratitude. It's something that often gets overlooked, but it's incredibly powerful. Women notice when you appreciate the small things they do. If she does something thoughtful for you, don't brush it off. Acknowledge it. A simple thank you can go a long way, but don't just say it, mean it. When you express genuine gratitude, it makes her feel valued, and in a world where so many men take women for granted, that's a game changer. Finally, let me address a common mistake. Stop over-apologizing. Far too many men apologize for things they haven't even done wrong. They do it to avoid conflict or to keep the peace. This behavior weakens your presence and shows insecurity. Instead, be confident in your actions and decisions. Apologizing when you don't need to only diminishes your worth in her eyes. The Stoic approach to attraction is not about playing games or trying to impress. It's about seeing and appreciating her for who she truly is and offering that same respect to yourself. When you do this, you stop seeking approval and start building genuine connections. This is the essence of real attraction. Actions that win women's sympathy. Apologizing too much can weaken your presence. Women respect men who stand by their actions, who are confident in what they say and do. Apologize when it's truly necessary, but never apologize for being yourself. Stoicism teaches us that actions speak louder than words. Yes, words matter, but they're only half the equation. If your actions don't align with what you say, you lose credibility. This is where Stoic philosophy comes in. Stoicism is about grounding your actions in calm, deliberate confidence. It's about mastering your mind so that your behavior reflects your inner strength. Let's break this down with some practical steps. Action 1. Master your body language. This might sound simple, but it's where most men go wrong. Your body is constantly communicating, whether you realize it or not. Fidgeting, shifting your weight, avoiding eye contact, all these things signal nervousness and insecurity. And if you're unsure of yourself, why would anyone else believe in you? To apply Stoicism, you need to control your body, stand tall, plant your feet firmly on the ground, relax your shoulders and breathe deeply. This subtle shift in posture exudes a calm confidence that others can't help but notice. Eye contact is another powerful tool. Too many men either avoid it out of nervousness or overdo it and seem intimidating. The Stoic approach is balance. Hold her gaze for a few seconds, not too long to make it uncomfortable, but just enough to show that you're present, grounded, and confident. When you get this right, it builds an unspoken connection that words can't create. Action 2. Move with purpose. Think about the last time you walked into a room. Did you rush in, scanning the space anxiously? If so, you're not alone. Most people do this without thinking. But here's the problem. When you rush or lack intention in your movements, it signals insecurity. Stoic men move deliberately. Every step is measured, grounded. There's no rush because they know they belong wherever they are. When you move with purpose, you project control and confidence. Women notice this. They see a man who isn't rattled by his environment, a man who knows his worth and carries himself with poise. That's powerful. Action 3. Small gestures, big impact. Forget about grand romantic gestures. While those might seem impressive, it's the small, meaningful acts that leave a lasting impression. Stoicism is about paying attention, being present, and offering something real. Maybe she mentioned her favorite book a few weeks ago. Surprise her with that book. Or perhaps she confided in you about a challenge she's facing. Check in on her progress. These small gestures demonstrate that you are truly engaged with her, that you care about her beyond surface-level charm. Too many men try to win over women with jokes or extravagant displays. The truth is, women don't want a comedian. They want a man who listens, who sees and respects them. Be the guy who's fully present in the moment, who speaks less and listens more. That's what makes you truly attractive. In modern relationships, Stoicism offers a framework for building real connections. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about being strong, deliberate, and present qualities that are infinitely more appealing than any flashy attempt to impress. The art of staying unmoved. Life doesn't always unfold the way we expect it to. Maybe the date isn't going as smoothly as you hoped, or perhaps she's pulling away and you can't quite figure out why. Most guys would start to panic in these moments. But you're different. You're unshakable. You know that external circumstances don't define your inner peace. Take scenario 1. The date is going poorly. Maybe the conversation feels off, or the restaurant messes up your order. A lot of men would try to fix everything, scrambling to make the night perfect. But a Stoic man understands that perfection isn't the goal. What matters is how you respond. You don't need things to go your way. You remain calm and unbothered. The little annoyances don't rattle you. By staying relaxed, you create an atmosphere where she feels more comfortable. When you're unflustered by the small stuff, it eases her mind. She sees that you're not dependent on external events to maintain your sense of calm. This subtle strength makes all the difference. Now, scenario 2. She starts pulling away. This is the moment where many men falter. They panic. They text more, call more, trying to figure out what went wrong. But this is precisely the behavior that pushes her further away. A Stoic man knows that he cannot control her actions, only his response. So, instead of chasing her, he gives her the space she needs. In that space, she begins to realize something important. You're not like other men. You're not desperate for her attention. Your security doesn't depend on her, and that's when the dynamic shifts. She starts to come back, drawn to your calm and independence. It may seem counterintuitive, but it works. Women are attracted to men who aren't afraid to lose them. When you show that you're secure in who you are, no matter what, it changes everything. This is the essence of Stoic thinking. It's not about controlling the world around you, but mastering how you respond to it. Whether it's an awkward date or a relationship in flux, the key lies in staying centered. A Stoic doesn't let life's unpredictability disturb his inner calm, and it's this unshakable composure that makes him truly magnetic. The key to true attraction. Being true to yourself sounds simple, but it's often misunderstood. It's not about settling into complacency or neglecting growth. It's about embracing who you truly are, flaws and all, and showing up as that person in every situation. Too often, we get caught up in trying to be someone else, especially in relationships. We chase the approval of others, particularly women, thinking that if we act a certain way, they'll be drawn to us. But this approach misses the point entirely. Instead of trying to be the person you think others want you to be, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. When you master yourself, you stop seeking validation. You stop playing games and trying to impress. Instead, you live with purpose, intention, and strength. You become the person who is unshaken by the opinions of others, the one who knows his worth without needing it confirmed externally. Here's the truth. When you master yourself, you stop chasing. You stop needing to prove anything. You don't need to say the right thing or do the right thing. What draws others to you is the calm confidence that comes from within, the quiet assurance that you are exactly who you need to be. And when you reach this point, something remarkable happens. Others begin to chase you, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. It's not about tricks or lines or superficial gestures. The key to attracting the right people, the right relationships, is first mastering yourself. When you have control over your own life, you become the kind of person others want to be around. So stop chasing, stop playing the game. Instead, focus on living your life with purpose. Be the steady force in a world full of distractions. When you do this, everything changes: your relationships, your career, your personal growth. Master yourself and watch as everything else falls into place. The key to unlocking everything you want in life starts with you. Please like, comment, subscribe to improve yourself with Stoic Philosophy Daily.